FC26 actually feels different, not in a new menu colors kind of way, but in a real playable sense. EA has finally packed in some real upgrades in FC26, and today we're breaking down 50 of them, one by one, every detail and every tweak. So right off the bat, dribbling. It's not just faster or slower, it's different. They've introduced something called Precision Dribbling Plus, and it makes left stick movement way more responsive. You're no longer locked in stiff animations. You can now take tighter turns, gently glide around defenders, and chain small touches without triggering unneeded skill moves. Perfect for players with high dribbling, agility, and balance. Think Bernardo Silva, Neymar, Musiala. Then there's tactical sprinting. This one's big. Sprinting now takes into account momentum. You can't just spam R2/RT and turn 90 degrees instantly. You actually feel acceleration build based on your body orientation. Sprint in one direction, then try switching hard. You'll feel the delay. It makes pace feel earned again. And EA finally did us a favor. They expanded shot cancels. Now you can cancel chip shots, L1 plus circle/LB plus B, Trivela shots, outside foot shots with flare trait, and even scissor volleys just by 2 plus R2, LT plus RT quickly mid-animation. That means you can fake a chip, drag back, and send the keeper sliding into the abyss. But that's not all. Hard stop cuts are in. Double tap L2 or LT while moving and your player slams on the brakes. Then you can burst out in the opposite direction. This move is filthy for breaking ankles near the box. Combine it with left stick dribble or a ball roll. Hold R1 or RB and you're golden. Goalkeepers? They've finally been given a brain. Anticipation AI makes them read your body shape, angle, and dominant foot, so they'll position better before the shot even comes. For example, if you cut in on your right foot, the keeper shades to the far post early. And volleying? Way smoother now. EA reworked the entire volley system. Players adjust their plant foot, lean into the ball, and actually generate power from different bounce heights. Low bounce equals quick, snappy finish. High bounce equals chest control or delay animation depending on skill. Then there's Trick Touch, a contextual, flare-based first touch system. If you receive a pass while holding L2, LT, or with a player who has the Flare Playstyle Plus, they might flick it up, use their heel, or even scoop turn into space without needing a manual input. It's beautiful, but also risky. Lower rated players can mess it up and lose the ball. Defending got a tune-up too. Jockeying feels more organic with new transition animations as you change angles. Your defender won't freeze or overextend. They pivot naturally, especially with high defensive awareness. Blocking, also smarter. EA added dozens of advanced body block animations. Players will now lean, stretch, or dive depending on shot speed, angle, and proximity. So instead of the classic get nutmegged while standing there animation, you'll see a proper leg extended slide block or a shoulder deflection. And if you're one of those high press demons, EA is onto you. The new pressure fatigue system kicks in during intense pressing. Hold down team press, D-pad down plus up, and you'll see fatigue icons appear over players. Their stamina drains faster and they're slower to recover position. You can still shield using L2, LT, but now it's agile shielding. You have better control of your body movement while shielding, meaning you can rotate, turn, and reposition instead of being locked in one place. Defensive pressure also got a tactical boost. Second man jockey, instead of calling a teammate to tackle R1/RB, you can now call them to shadow jockey by holding R1 plus L2, RB plus LT. It makes it easier to close off angles while manually marking another threat. Set pieces got a glow up too. Free kicks now show live trajectory previews with expected curve and dip. You can finally line up those Beckham style curlers and know how they'll move before the ball leaves your foot. In the air, dynamic aerial duels add new headers based on timing, physicality, and contact. Tall players still win battles, but jump timing, strength, and body angle matter more now. And yes, for the old heads, low driven through balls are back. 1 plus R1 plus triangle and your player will ping a fast skimming pass between the lines. It's ideal for one-on-one breakaways. Next up, smarter AI and match IQ. Let's talk about the real game changer in FC26, brain. Not just player brain, not just CPU difficulty. I'm talking real football IQ built into the engine, from the defenders to the midfielders to the manager AI that now actually thinks. It starts with what EA calls Playstyle Evolution AI. This is a system where the CPU learns how you play over time, especially in offline modes like career mode or kickoff. Say you constantly cut inside with your right winger. For the first couple matches, you might get away with it, but after a while, the opposition will start double marking the flank, closing that inside lane and forcing you wide. Rely too much on lobbed through balls, the backline will drop deeper. It's like the game is scouting you, just like a real opponent would. No more rinse and repeat meta moves. You've got to evolve or get figured out. Then there's defensive lane awareness, which is exactly what we've needed for years. In past FIFAs, your CDMs were decorative, they existed, but they didn't think. Now, holding midfielders actually position themselves to cut passing lanes. So if you're trying to sneak a ball between their lines, that Kimmich type will step in, angle his body and shut it down. And it's not just about interceptions, their shape helps prevent build-up play before it even happens. Defenders got smarter too with adaptive marking AI. They don't just follow you like drones anymore, they actually adjust how tightly they mark depending on your style. If you're playing with a striker who loves to make runs in behind, like Haaland or Osimhen, you'll see the defenders start dropping off earlier to avoid being caught out. If you play tiki-taka style with lots of passes to feet, they'll step up and press closer. It's reactive and it makes the defensive battles feel less robotic. Speaking of movement off the ball, your own AI teammates finally woke up. Attacking support triggers are now more dynamic. Instead of that boring straight line sprint every time you press L1, LB, you'll see players make curved runs, delayed ghost runs into the box, or even diagonal decoy movements that drag defenders away. And yes, you can still manually trigger them with L1 plus left stick, and the contextual runs feel purposeful. That means smarter attacking build-up, more realistic overlaps, and way fewer moments of screaming, "Why are you just standing there, mate?" Even goalkeepers are reading the room. With sweeper-keeper logic, the AI now factors in your team's shape and tactics to determine how aggressive they should be. Playing a high defensive line, your keeper starts to hover closer to the edge of the box, ready to sweep balls in behind. Playing a low block, he'll stay deeper and defend the goal line. It's subtle, but it adds realism to how your last line of defense behaves, and finally makes traits like rushes out of goal feel consistently impactful. In career mode, the AI opposition has finally stopped pretending you don't exist. With the new tactical analysis system, CPU teams actually prepare their game plan based on your tactics and previous performances. If your team stats show you dominate possession, they might sit deep and hit you on the counter. If you've scored 5 goals from crosses in your last 3 games, they'll bring in tall fullbacks or double your wings. It's no longer just random CPU behaviors, it's contextual, tactical preparation. Then there's one of the biggest gameplay pain points. EA finally addressed offside logic. In FC26, attackers now have smarter offside awareness. Instead of blindly sprinting into offside positions, they actually hold their runs, sometimes stutter stepping or bending the run to stay onside. It makes through balls more satisfying and removes those constant frustrating moments where your striker went half a second too early for no reason. The CPU also got an upgrade with late game substitution logic. In the past, they'd sub off their best striker in the 89th minute for no reason. Now, if they're chasing a goal, they'll bring on pacey wingers, tall strikers, or even switch formations entirely. If they're winning, they'll shore up midfield or park the bus. It's reactive to the scoreline and the situation, and finally feels like you're playing against a manager, not just sliders. Midfielders now get in on the action with improved interception behavior. Instead of just standing in space and reacting late, they now anticipate and shade toward the most likely passing option. You'll feel this most when playing short, intricate passes around the center. Those quick triangles now require actual thought because midfielders cut off options before you even press the button. And finally, one of the most important changes, transition defense intelligence. You know that feeling when you lose the ball and your whole backline melts like butter. That's been tightened up. Defenders now track runs more intelligently during counterattacks, maintaining shape and reacting to secondary threats. If a winger is sprinting down the flank, your opposite fullback tucks in. If a cam makes a late run into the box, a DM will try to pick them up. It's not perfect, but it's miles ahead of what we had. The game doesn't collapse on itself when momentum flips, and that's massive. Next is career mode. Career mode players have been begging for immersion, depth and control, and for once, EA listened. First, you've got the new training focus system. This is a step up from position training. Instead of just turning a LM into a LW, you can now train players for specific tactical roles like inverted winger, advanced playmaker, false 9, or deep lying playmaker. What does that mean? If you've got a right-footed left winger and you want them cutting inside onto their stronger foot, assign them the inverted winger track. Over time, they'll gain traits and boosts in ball control, positioning, and attacking movement tailored to that playstyle. Then before every match, you get weekly match prep reports. Gone are the days of guessing what the CPU will do. Now your assistant manager gives you a full scouting report on the opposition, including their key threats, recent results, preferred tactics, and even fatigue levels. It's not just cosmetic either. These reports inform your game planning. If you're facing a team with pacey wingers and a slow backline, maybe it's time to drop deeper and hit them with overloads. So, and now, this next one's big, interactive player conversations. This system brings emotion and consequence into your locker room. Before, players would just randomly email you, "I want to play." Now you have real conversations with them, featuring branching dialogue options. Do you promise a player more minutes? Do you tell them to wait? Do you lie? Each decision affects their morale, relationship with you, and even their traits. You might boost their motivation, or trigger a transfer request. It makes managing egos feel real. You, as the manager, also evolve thanks to the new manager perks tree. It's basically a skill tree like in an RPG. You gain XP through completing challenges or hitting milestones and then allocate points into special perks. Tactical Genius gives you access to more complex in-match tactics. Motivator improves your ability to lift morale after losses. Talent Spotter helps you find high potential youth players earlier. You're not just a name anymore, you're building a managerial identity. And to make it feel even more alive, EA added live locker room cutscenes. Before kickoff, at halftime or post-match, you'll see dynamic scenes with your manager giving a team talk, showing visuals on a tactics board and reacting to how the match is going. Even better, your input here affects second half performance. Go aggressive, players push harder, stay calm, they stabilize. It's cinematic and impactful. Then there's dynamic youth intake. Instead of the same generic kids in every save, youth players now reflect your club's country, scouting region, and academy budget. So if you're managing in Argentina and scout locally, don't be surprised if your next academy gem has flair, long shots, and low stamina, the way local players often do. Plus, youth players may come with playstyles and real identities like creative cam or mobile striker instead of just blank slates. Next up, agent negotiation scenes. This is a big shift. You're no longer just negotiating directly with players. Now you're dealing with agents and they have their own agendas. Some want more money, others care about playtime, role guarantees, or bonus clauses. If you offer a backup role to a player who thinks they're a starter, the agent might walk out mid-convo. It adds pressure, personality, and realism to the negotiation process. And during matches, you can now use in-game tactical shouts. These are quick D-pad commands like push up, drop back, slow down, or overload wide. They're not full formational changes, they're short-term bursts of tactical intent. Perfect for reacting mid-game without jumping into the pause menu. Say you're up 1-0 and want to sit deeper in the last 10 minutes. Hit down left and your team will instantly tighten shape. It's fluid, responsive, and adds real control. Ultimate Team also got some love this year, and not just with new card designs, but also some new features. First up is Shared Clubs mode. This is huge for players who play pro clubs. Now your avatar, stats, traits, skill moves, animations, cosmetics is unified across both modes. Level up once, use it anywhere. Play pro clubs with your squad, your progress carries over. It saves time, simplifies the grind, and lets your avatar grow holistically. Then in Division Rivals, we've got Prestige tiers. After you hit Elite Division, instead of stagnating, you now enter Prestige brackets. These give you access to exclusive card art, stadium themes, and elite-only squad building challenges. Think of it like a post-game ladder, something that rewards consistency and loyalty beyond just weekly rewards. Weekly tactical challenges are a breath of fresh air. These aren't just score 5 goals, they're specific, creative objectives that make you play differently. Things like win 3 games using a 3 at the back formation, or score using only midfielders. Complete them for unique rewards, player picks, pack boosts, and cosmetics. It's a way to shake up the meta and try new tactics while earning real prizes. Another fan favorite, in-game custom card designs. Now you can personalize your FUT cards beyond just chemistry styles. Want your team to have a gold marble background? Go for it. Want lightning bolts or national flag themed edges? You got it. It brings that My Team Pro Club's energy into Ultimate Team, finally letting squads look and feel uniquely yours. And if you're tired of sweaty meta matches, EA has added a new casual mode, matchup mode. This lets you queue into online matches based on custom match types. Want to play classic controls only? 85 rated squad cap? No FUT heroes allowed? This mode helps you find games that match your vibe and lets casual players play on their own terms. Let's get into the broadcast polish now, because FC26 is finally showing love to what we see. First is the broadcast match cam dynamic. This camera adapts depending on what zone of the pitch you're in. Midfield build-up, you get a high tactical view. Final third, it zooms in for drama. It gives matches a real-life feel, like you're watching Sky Sports or NBC without losing playability. There is also the tactical zoom camera, which widens out during transitions and tightens during build-up. This is perfect for players who want a better sense of space during counters or when pressing. You see more of the field when it matters and focus on the action when it's intense. Replay tech is also stepping up with first-person replay view. After scoring, you can watch the moment from your player's eyes, seeing the stadium, the shot, the keeper's dive, all in immersive point of view. It's a tiny feature, but one that makes every goal feel like your own personal highlight reel. And EA's gone all in on match intros. With stadium flyover intros, you get cinematic pre-match drone shots customized for time of day, stadium, and weather. Rainy nights at Old Trafford feel heavy. Sunset in La Liga looks golden. It sets the tone. Even the sidelines got love with bench and manager cutscenes. Managers now react in real time, celebrate, scream, sink to their knees. Subs stand up when warming. Coaches huddle near the fourth official. It's match day drama, not just gameplay. Home fans are animated too, with choreographed fan movements. You'll see flag waves, shirt tosses, flares, and choreo banners before derbies or finals. It creates a home field advantage you can feel even if it's just visual. And finally, VAR cinematic packages in career mode. You won't see it interrupt gameplay, but during tight calls, offside goals, penalty decisions, you'll get cinematic slow-mo shots, virtual offside lines, and referee gestures. It adds tension, storytelling, and TV-style drama. FC 26 runs on Hypermotion V2+, EA's upgraded motion engine. This year, over 2,000 new animations were added, including player transitions, ball physics, and frame blending. That means smoother dribbles, more natural shot windups, and less clunky stiffness when chaining actions. New player run cycles also give players unique movement based on height and body type. Think Haaland's long galloping strides, Vinicius Jr.'s quick taps, Kante's scrappy bustle. Everyone moves like themselves, not a clone. EA also upgraded shirt physics. Now kits ripple with wind, stretch when players clash, and cling to the body during rain. It's subtle, but you'll feel it in replays, tackles, and sprint duels. Then there's the visual detail. Over 1,200 new face scans. From youth talents to overlooked journeymen and women's players, faces now look human. Not everyone, but far more than ever before. And finally, rain and mud accumulation. During matches in bad weather, you'll see visible wear on players' kits. Socks muddy, shirts soaked, boots dirty. It's atmosphere without words. And it sells the matchday grind like nothing else. What stands out most this year isn't just one big headline feature. It's the cumulative feel of the entire package. Everything is more responsive, more thoughtful, more football. The left stick dribbling doesn't feel like you're dragging a shopping trolley anymore. Defenders actually react to danger, blocking shots, jockeying with intent, reading your patterns. Midfielders cut lanes. Strikers time their runs. Keepers think. And then there's career mode. For years, we've asked for immersion, and now you're finally more than just a name on a lineup. You're a manager with personality, a voice in the dressing room, a strategist that opponents adapt to, scouting reports, youth academy realism, matchday prep. It's beginning to resemble the actual rhythm of football life. It's not Football Manager yet, but it's closer than ever before. Ultimate Team 2 is trying to evolve. We're seeing more freedom, custom cards, personal challenges, prestige progression. The grind is still there, yes, but it feels like it's expanding sideways, not just upwards. You're not boxed into meta formations or carbon copy squads anymore. Creativity's being rewarded. And let's not ignore the little things. The mud on kits after a rainy match. The sigh from a player who misses a sitter. The subtle zoom of the camera as you wind up for a volley. That first-person replay that lets you relive a goal like you were the player. It's cinematic, it's emotional, it's alive. Now look, will everything be perfect on launch? No, there's no point pretending EA won't need patches. Some features might be undercooked, some might be buggy. We'll find exploits, we'll moan about overpowered stepovers or OP finesse shots by October. But here's the difference. This year, EA actually built something worth fixing. The foundation is better, the systems are deeper, the intention is clearer. It feels like FC 26 wasn't made for the market, it was made for the footballer. So whether you're jumping into career mode with a youth rebuild, sweating feud champs with a custom squad, or just playing pro clubs with your mates, this year you're going to feel the difference. And if you're still not sold, that's fair. Skepticism is earned after years of copy-paste cycles. But credit where credit is due, FC 26 is the most complete, forward-thinking football game EA has built in a decade.